Okay, everyone. So here goes the video of where you can find materials, how you can download them, and also how you can use them in the classroom. All right, so let's go back to the teacher's portal. Remember that it required a password. The password is teacher, TOD, all lowercase. So if we scroll down here, I'm going to show you where you can get the material. So let's start with that part first. In your site, you will have physical lesson planning books that you can also download from the publishing house's portal. The way to do that, and also the way to download other material that they also offer, is the following. Here, where it says ELL Digital Tools Downloads, you go to this hyperlink that says here, and you will need to remember this username, which is standout, and the password that is teacher. So we click on it. I'm going to open it in a new tab. So then what you will see is all of this. I already logged in, so that's why it didn't require a password on my end. So once you are here, after you punch in the password and the username, this is what you will see. So you can select your level out of this menu, or you can just go to the front page of the book that you're looking for. So we're going to be working with level 1. So I am working on Google Chrome. So when I click on things, you will see them in this browser. So this is all the material that you will see for level 1, but this is exactly the same format for all the rest of the levels. So don't worry, it's the same concept, same format. So just pay attention of where you can get what. We have this menu with these tabs here. So first you have the teacher's book. This is where you can download the lesson planner. In the audio section, that's where you can download the audio. In the video part, that's where you can download the video lessons that you will have at the end of each lesson. At the end of each unit. There is one video lesson per unit. Then you have some documents there that you will see will include answer keys. They will include audio scripts and video scripts that you can also download in a PDF format. The assessment part is where you can find the tests, or what the format or the principles for the tests are. We have adapted those tests to better serve our students and to be friendlier with them. And they also, our version of those tests also help the students complete the tests in the time of class. So they're what we have is the same tests, but without some parts that the originals have. But you can explore them if you want them, and whenever you need to give a test to your students, please remember to let your site coordinator know in advance. Then in Activity Bank, we will see that we will also have worksheets and other activities that are based on the internet and stuff like that you can also explore. And then in the end is the skill correlation chart. So let's begin with the Canvas. You really don't have to download this document. It only explains how this material would work in an academy in which give a certificate to students when they go from one level to the next. So we work a little bit friendlier with our students. So we're going to start with the teacher's book. So as you can see here, there is a link to download the lesson planner. Remember that I'm working with level 1. One comment that I want to make is that National Geographic Learning and Cengage have launched the 4th unit of Standout. So it might already be in the market. So do expect to for your students to have books that have some changes in page numbers or stuff like that. What they are still offering as digital material is still based on the 3rd edition. So when you click on this link, the download will start. So you see it here in Google Chrome. So it is downloading there. So whenever it finishes, you can access it. I already have it open for myself in order to show it to you guys. So this is the lesson planner. This is how you can get it for your use. So again, you will have the physical lesson planning books at each site. But if you want to have it downloaded a digital version, that will be fine. The only thing is that it will have this annoying watermark in all the pages. But I guess that's okay, and I guess they also do it because of a copyright, right? Then we have the audio section. Each one of the lessons, you will see they will have exercises that are based on reading or on listening, or just fill in the blanks, or different kinds of exercises. So for the ones that are based on audio, here's where you can download all of the audio. So when you click here where it says download all audio, you will be downloading a zip file that after you expand it, you will access all of the audio. Or you can go by downloading individual tracks. So if you want to do that, you can click on this, go to student book, or if you're going to be working one of the worksheets that are for audio, you can also download them. So for the student book ones, you will have to select the unit, and then after you select the unit, you will have to select which track you will want to download, and then it will appear, and that's how you can download them. So you have the option here on these little clouds. You just click on them, they're hyperlinks, and then the download will begin. How would you identify which audio track to download? You will have to go to the book and see which track you would like to, or you will have to be using for your lesson. So here it says for this page, it is CD1 track 1. So we have CD1 track. It starts with track 12. But this is for the pre-unit, so it will be CD pre-unit. So you have there CD1 track 1. So that's how you can access them. So again, you can download the whole pack, or you can download individual ones. There is the classroom presentation tool that you can download. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to download the classroom presentation tool, because it includes everything that we're going to be seeing how to download independently, but downloading it in the classroom presentation tool. So here we have some steps to download a digital classroom presentation tool. So these are all buttons that are hyperlinks to download the material. So you select the level that you're interested in downloading. You will need a different password. That password is SOCPT2020. And I'll show you that you don't actually need to do anything else for the download after you click on it and punch in the password. So it says here, do not click on the file name for the file you wish to download. Rather, click on the checkbox for either PC or Mac file to the far right of the menu as shown below. Select the download icon in the upper right hand corner, and you can also select more options and download. So we're going to be working with level 1. So I click on level 1 and this is what it shows. So remember, the password is SOCPT2020. I click in OK. So then the download will begin. It will show here if you want to save the password to your browser. I just click the X because I'm not interested in that. Okay, so if you remember well, it says here not to click on here, but you will have to click on or mark, select this checkbox. So my computer is a Mac, so I'm going to click on it. And then here on this right top corner, you have the download button. You click on it, and then your download began. There is no need, as it says here, in the meantime, log in the box to save the files you view in your recents and upload or share and comment. You don't have to do that. You will see that on your computers, but don't do anything. You don't have to do anything. As you can see there, the download has started. So whenever that file is ready, we're going to click on it, and then we are going to access it, and I'm going to show you how it looks like on the computers. If you have a tablet that does open PC files, you might be able to work with the classroom presentation tool. But if you have an iPad or tablet that is Amazon Fire, I guess, it's not gonna work because they don't run extensions that are exe on the tablets. So you can see there, my download is ready, so I didn't have to do anything else. So I just click on it, and it will start opening. And it showed it here on my downloads. So I double click on it, and here on my Mac, it is going to show me a security alert that Mac OS cannot verify that this app is free from malware, which is just your firewall on your computer giving you this warning. The way to go around this, and don't worry, there are no viruses with this. They are totally safe files to download and open. So we'll have to go to Systems, go to Security. Let me see where it was. Privacy and Security. So I click on it, and then if I scroll down all the way, it will tell me that Standout 1 version 3.3 was blocked from use because it's not from an identified developer, which is totally fine. So I click on Open anyway. If you have a password protected computer, so you will have to type your password there. So this is the password to my computer, and then I just access it. So now it gives me the option of opening it. So then I open it, and here we are with our download working. this classroom presentation tool will show you the option of all with the menu. You have all of the units there. So let's click on unit or on the pre-unit, which is what we have in the book there. So as you can see there, we have the pre-unit, and it's almost what you will see in, or what the students will be seeing in their books. I'm going to go ahead here and go to this button that is says single page, and it will show me only single page. If I want to zoom in, I go to this plus button or minus button here to zoom in, and then it gives me that. I change pages here with these two arrows, so I click on them and then it takes me there to lesson 1, page 3, right? So let me see if that's the same one that I have here in my lesson planner. So it is the same. It is the same that I have here on my lesson planner. So as you can see there, I have CD1, track 1. So if you want to download the track to your computer, you may, but here in the classroom presentation tool, you already have it there, one click away. So if I scroll down there and I just click on these musical notes, it will show me, or it will play the audio, the audio track. So
connected to MacBook Pro to
yeah, that's my speaker turning on. So I'm going to play track 1.
Hi.
How are you? Hello.
Fine. How are you? Welcome to our class.
Okay, so those are the audio tracks. So as you can see there, by downloading the classroom presentation tool, you will have everything you need for your classroom and to teach. If you feel that your students need to see the script, you can either download it from the page. I'm going to show you where it is, or you can only click on this one, on this button, and you will see there the script. And you can also change the font size, and there you are. So this is with regards to audio tracks. So remember that here, if you want to zoom in, you will have to do it with these buttons here, and that's what you have. So this is page 3 of the book, and this is exactly what you will be seeing there with in your lesson planner. Now your lesson planner is going to show you there everything you will that the students will see in their books, but they will also guide you if you want to follow these guidelines that the publishing house give you in the descriptions of the units. That's how you can go. Or you can just identify what is the life skill that the book is presenting, and you can also adapt it to what you see your students' contexts are, or you can also personalize it for your own. If you see that possibly the material that the students have in their books is possibly not relevant to what you know it's going on, you can also just take out the principles in the life skill and the vocabulary and everything, and then you can just also adapt it for that. So feel free, you have the freedom to plan your class whatever you like. So here just recommendations by the publishing house on how to approach the material. You will also find the same in the classroom presentation tool. You will see a little guy there, and I'm going to move ahead to page 5. So I'm going to zoom in, and you'll see this little guy here. This little guy is as it says there, view teacher tip. So it's a tip on how to approach the material. You can read it and see if it works for your classroom. If it doesn't, it's up to you whether you follow through with that or not. So let me go back to page number 4. Also here you will have this little notepad button, this pink one. So you click on that, and that's your answer key. You can also download answer keys from the other portal, but I'll show you also how to download it if you want to have that PDF. Yes, let's go back to the lesson planner. So here in the lesson planner, you will also see the answers. So the recommendation is, if you think like, oh, I don't know how much time to plan for one activity for my students, how do I do that, and stuff like that. So what you can do is to do the exercise by yourself. Try to answer it by yourself. And for example, if you took 2 minutes to do the activity, you can multiply that those 2 minutes times 2 or times 3, and that will give you a more realistic time that your student will take to do the exercise that for you was a little bit simpler, but for them it might be more challenging, right? So this is how to navigate your material, your lesson planner. You will have it also in the classroom presentation tool if you download it, and everything coincides there. Below here you have different buttons that if you're going to use the classroom presentation tool to teach, you can also explore and see how you can use them. Where it says there resources, you have the audios and you have the videos. So if you, again, you don't have to download the tracks separately, you will have them there. Here is so these are the resources. Sorry about that. This is the eraser. So in case you're using a highlighter to teach and you want to erase that highlighter, you can also go ahead and do that. If you want to make a note for something, you can also erase it with the eraser. This is the pointer to change. Every time you choose the pen or the highlighter or the eraser, you will have to go back to the pointer in order for it to work with the functions that the book has. You can show it double paged, or you can use it on a single page fashion. Also, there's a timer or a stopwatch. So for example, let's say that you want to challenge your students to see how much they can speak in a certain period of time. So you can set up the timer or the stopwatch, and you can do that for that. Or if you tell them that they have 5 minutes to do the exercise or stuff like that, you can also use this timer or stopwatch to do that. So this is the classroom presentation tool. If you want to go back to the menu, the main menu, you just go back here to units, and you will see your units again. So again, when you click on a unit, I'm going to click on unit 1, you will have access to where it says lessons. It will coincide to the student book, but where you click in workbook, it will show you the workbook. And for example, if you left these exercises as homework, you can let your co-teacher know, and your co-teacher will have to show the answers. So remember that this notepad here, this pink one, you click on it, that's the answer key. You can go answer by answer, or with these arrows, or you can also click on show all, and it will show all of the answers there to show your students. One more thing I would like to mention about the material in the lessons is that they also have some interactive activities if you use the classroom presentation tool in class. So you already know what this little guy button does, what the notepads, what the musical notes do. But if we keep going, you will find these pages. So again, let me zoom in correctly here. So this little page that has a plus button is an interactive activity that you can use in your classroom. In this case, it's a tic-tac-toe game. Some other times there are different activities. For example, it's a memory game. and sometimes they're just prompts, asking questions and having students participate or stuff like that. So it's basically up to you how you want to use these activities. Try to explore them before class, to use them as resources in your classroom, to have better interactions there with your students, and that your students can feel also successful using them or giving answers or stuff like that. You can play by teams, or you can ask them to do pairs, or it really depends on how you want to work with these activities. So make sure you're exploring them before you use them in the classroom. Okay, so let's go back to the portal. So remember that we were exploring each one of the tabs. So this is the audio part, and this is the video part for each one of the video lessons that you will have at the end of each unit. So you can download them by unit, and you will see there the video. You select it, and there you go, you will have it. But again, remember, you will also have these videos ready for you with the classroom presentation tool. Documents. In documents, you will have here the audio scripts. If you click on it, you will see there that you can find them by unit, and you will find them in this format. The format is of Microsoft Word. So I'm opening it so that you can see what the example, and as you can see here, you have the scripts right there. So because of copyright, we don't recommend for you guys to be sharing this information with students. So if you can display it in the classroom, or you give them to your students, try to get them back so that there's no reproduction of the material. So these are the audio scripts. Other documents that you can find here are the video scripts. They are exactly the same. The workbook answer key is what we saw that you can show in the classroom presentation tool. So I'm just downloading it here. So here you go. So you have all of the answers for all of the book available for you. What other documents you can get from here? A pacing guide, but the pacing guide is going to show you what is the color code that the lessons have. So here is what they have. Remember that when it says there CCRS, CASAS, and other standards that they have, they are standards by the United States Educational Department, and they respond on how student using this material is ready for the workforce. So they are this material is intended to help people who are students to have enough English to start working and being successful in the workplace. So that's what they refer to. So you can use them also as a pacing guide. Our pacing guide here at the Open Door is 1 unit per month. So if you are a little bit behind that, try to move faster. If you are moving too fast, try to hold back, and or if you finish the material before the year ends, you will have other materials here that you can also use. So these are like the main documents that you can get for your classroom, and they can help like that. So here we have assessments. So as I told you, the assessments, you don't have to download them, you don't have to modify them or edit them. We already have them printed out for you. You only have to let your site coordinator know when you will need them. But if you are a virtual teacher, you will have those links to those tests in the virtual portal. In the activity bank, you will find worksheets. There are multi-level worksheets, computer activities, internet activities, literacy worksheets. There are templates and fillable worksheets. So let's go with the multi-level worksheets. Each one of the worksheets you will see here, they will have different levels. So for example, if I go to Unit 1, it will tell me please select which one for lesson 1, and then after that I have worksheet A that has different kind of a challenge for the students, low, mid, or high. So try to explore them. If you're going to use them, try to explore each one of them to see if they suit your students' levels, right? So again, they are Microsoft Word files. So I guess these ones you can download and share with your students for them to use if you're going to use them. So again, if for example after your students finished their tests and you're seeing that your students are not doing so well, for example on the simple present third person s at the end of each one of the verbs, right, they're forgetting or they are not producing them well or stuff like that, and you don't have any more book material to reteach or revisit the content, you can come and use a worksheet for that, and of course let your co-teacher know that you're going to be doing that, so that they don't move ahead in the material without it being meaningful for the students. The skills correlation chart is what I explained to you about the CASAS, the CCRS, EFF, and ELPS. They're all standards of metrics that show where the students should be at the end of each one of the units. Now I want to mention this. We want for the students to be confident enough to communicate when they are in the subway, to go to the pharmacy, to go to a doctor and clearly explain their symptoms, or doing business, or going to job interviews and stuff like that, without having to bring a child with them with the job of being translators. So that is our intention, to make our familia empowered and make them feel confident that they can be just a part of this new society that they are now in. So this is basically where to get the materials, how to work with the books. I hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Remember, my email is danny@theopendoorinjny.org. We can set up a meeting, or if it's a lot of you, we can set up also a training session, and we can totally do something like that. So Danny at theopendoorinjny.org. At your service there. Oops. Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else that I am forgetting here? Well, I don't think so. So I think I just erased this one. So let's see, Danny at opendoorinjny.org. So thank you so much for volunteering with us. I wish you the best of the experiences with your students and with our familia, and I hope to see you soon. Take good care.